Probably one of the most popular puzzles in terms of like the Ravensburger speed puzzling world. This is Postcard from New York, which is part of that Postcard series. There's London and Paris as well. Yeah, this one's so popular. It was used in like the 2023 World Championship, and then it was also appeared this year in the World Championship. So I figured it'd be pretty good for me to practice this type of puzzle just in case it ever appears again somewhere that I end up competing. So yeah, I have myself set up. I'm trying to psych myself out, or psych myself in, not psych myself out, oh my goodness. And I got started. Full flip, I pulled out the border, and I was just ready to go. I missed a week, maybe 2 weeks of videos. I'm not sure at this point. Life's kind of been lifing, but still here, still working. In fact, I have been working on a 1,000 piece puzzle. You can see it in the background there. I have it covered up with the poster board, but I just haven't had time to really work on it for real. So instead, we're going to do a quick speed puzzle in the meantime. I was feeling pretty, nervous. I was kind of nervous, kind of confident about this one because I kind of liked the image, but also it's very busy. So I wasn't sure if that was going to be a benefit or like a detriment to me. So yeah, full flip. I was doing the border. The border was slightly trickier than I was expecting just because there's like, on the one hand, there's so many different textures. So you would think it would kind of be easy to put together. But I don't know, for some reason, my brain wasn't quite connecting. It was also like 9 or 10 o'clock at night and I was just sleepy. So that also may have contributed, but I was still trying my best to push through. Now, like I mentioned, this puzzle and the other puzzles in this series have appeared multiple times in multiple different competitions in different parts of the world at this point. So it's been done quite a lot. In fact, if you look on myspeedpuzzling.com, which is where you can like record your speed puzzle times, I think this is one of the most it has one of the most recorded times, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm saying, y'all. It's also 10 o'clock right now. Yeah, so there's a lot of times recorded, and Wiktor, who placed second in Worlds this year, he finished this puzzle. I think he already had the best time prior to this year's World Championship, and then he ended up in the preliminary round where this was one of the puzzle options. Wiktor ended up finishing this puzzle with a crazy time. He beat his personal best, which was already amazing. He beat the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship best puzzling time, and he won his preliminary round with a time of 22 minutes and 2 seconds finishing this puzzle, which is crazy. I went into this not thinking I was getting anywhere close to this. Okay, I might be a little delusional, not that delusional, but I was feeling like, okay, maybe an hour and a half, because typically that's like the cutoff for 500 piece puzzle competitions is an hour and a half, or maybe 2 hours, just kind of depends on where you're at. So I was really, really hopeful that I could beat the hour and a half mark, and we'll see how close I get. So I started off with a border like I've already mentioned, and then I was trying to just pull out the different textures as I saw them. I kind of pulled out, there's like the polka dots kind of at the bottom, and it goes like bigger dots to smaller dots. It kind of radiates outwards, so that kind of helped. There's also a big purple flower in the bottom left corner that I was working on. On the top right, there is this section of like, it's not really a rainbow, I don't really know what to call it, but it's like pink and orange and yellowish, and then there's like some purple flowers over there. So those sections were kind of the easiest to pick out at first. Then I was working on the stamp. There's like a physical stamp, like the kind of stamp that you would put on a letter. There's also a stamp that you would like stamp, kind of like a notary stamp, that sort of thing, in the top left. And so I was working on both of those. Those were kind of easy to pull out. I was really just kind of going off of like what I could see, what was easy to find and like group together. Some sections were harder than others, especially once I got to towards the middle, because it kind of radiates inwards in a sense. And so there's lots of colors on the outside, and then towards the inside it's much more pale. Like it's the desaturated pink on one side and desaturated green on the other side. And so I was kind of getting in the groove. I was kind of actually thinking I could beat the hour and a half mark. But once we got here, I knew that it wasn't going to happen. One, the buildings at the bottom were kind of tricky just because it's all kind of gray and You can kind of see the green on the left side and kind of see the pinkish, purplish tones on the right side, but it still was a little bit tricky just because it was so dark. And then towards the middle, just all of it being like, it's not quite white. Like you can see that some of it's pink and some of it's green, but it is kind of hard to differentiate. And then the Statue of Liberty in the middle was kind of hard because it's just kind of like each of the pieces is really just black and white. So I was really, really struggling with that section. I feel like I really need to practice that in particular, like the Statue of Liberty, because I feel like it should not have taken me nearly as long as it did. Also, please excuse the background going around me as I'm puzzling. Like I kind of mentioned, this was late night, kind of last minute, so I wasn't really thinking about what everything else was looking like around me. And I really just need to spend some time in just kind of cleaning up and making this kind of prettier for videos. It's actually Halloween as I'm filming this, and it feels kind of weird because last year I had a like Halloween themed puzzle to put up around this time. And then in the years prior, I've mentioned this before, but I used to do makeup content on social media, and I did like character based and kind of special effects-y type of stuff. And so Halloween was really big for me. And so this year not doing anything it feels kind of weird. Especially because I just feel like it kind of crept up on me. Like 1 minute it was just, I don't know, another day in October, and the next thing I know, it was Halloween. That's so weird. But yeah, maybe I'll post like a little picture of some of the stuff I used to do if anyone cares. But anyways, we got to the end of the puzzle. I was putting those last few pieces of the Statue of Liberty, and I finished in 1 hour, 46 minutes, and 34 seconds. Now, was I anywhere close to beating the record on this puzzle? No, absolutely not. Wiktor can rest easily. He doesn't have to worry about me. But this is my personal best for the first time completing a 500-piece puzzle. My last personal best was in my last video I posted, which was an hour 59 or an hour 56. And this time being an hour 46, that's like 10 or 13 minutes less. So I think I'm making some progress. I actually really enjoyed this puzzle. I liked the cut. I don't know, the pieces just like felt nice in my hands. And I really like this image. I really want to practice this one some more. One, because I feel like this or something similar could appear again, but also because I feel like this is the type of puzzle that you could get like a really good time on. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Tune in next week and hopefully I will have that 1,000-piece puzzle done. I did it as like a challenge, so we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.